Hello, so welcome to this week's reading vlog. So this week has been really busy because the manuscript is in the hands of other people, so waiting for the feedback. A little nervous about that. Also, I been doing some blog stuff, and I worked on my first newsletter that I've ever done for the blog. So if you haven't subscribed to my my blog, please do, so I can add you. The newsletter will just be monthly. You know, none of that loading up your email with that. No, it's just gonna be once a month. And gonna add stuff as I go and try to keep it interesting. But it's mainly just basically what's going on the blog, any kind of events or like upcoming things I want to like share with you guys. I'll add in there. So as far as what I've read, I completed one book, which was Long Shot, and it's the first Kennedy Ryan book. Now, interesting enough, when I was reading the book, because it's my first time ever reading a book from this author, I decided to look her up, and I realized I met her back in 2017. I even have a picture with her. I will put it somewhere here when I find it. I have a book that I also had signed on her that's on my unread shelf. So I was like, oh goodness, I might not remember her. But I'm glad I read the book. Loved it. I did a review on my blog, so I will link that in the description, or you could go check it out. It is a series, but it's standalone. So I'm going to read the second book also, and it's 3 books, and I'm just going to read them because I really liked how she wrote the story. So it is some trigger warning in her books, so you know, just heads up on that. Also, let me see where I'm at. I finished part 3, and it didn't have a lot of leopard in it because, you know, they had just gotten through the dark land, and this land kind of give them hallucination where they have lost days and not realize it. And Tracker was able to somewhat not have the effect that leopard and other people will have from being in that land. So they in part 3 they were in Congo, and in Congo he's hearing other stories more stories of what the boy is. But again, I love that he's skeptical and not really not sure if what they're saying about the boy is true. But it's getting more like, okay, who the hell's telling the truth? That's where I'm at right now with this book. So I'm deep in. I've completed what, 391, and so I'm more than halfway in the book. It's interesting. It is gritty, very gritty. The action-packed scene, the language is foul. So this is definitely an adult book. So keep that in mind. I'm also just pick up, and I'm hope to finish this in this vlog, which is One Is Enough, and it's an African women writer series. And this book is about a woman and a man. Well, they're married, and culturally this is an African culture. I forgot. I just started it. So what country this is supposed to be? I think it's Nigeria. I'll correct it as I go. Anyway, they have a problem having kids. And of course, usually it's not common where you have the mindling family members who feel the need to get him another wife or push her out, because usually if there's a problem with fertility, they usually believe it's the woman's fault. So I am going to continue this, and it's going to be interesting how this plays out. It's short. But I'm hoping to get into this today. Yeah. So that's about it for now. I am going to take my little doggy dog to get her bath. Yeah. So hey guys, I didn't get that far in the book, so I started watching the Nipsey funeral, which I thought was nice. I love how positive it was, and the energy from the funeral was really was good. It wasn't draining, it didn't make me feel. There's moments I wanted to cry with Lauren London. You could feel her pain, but yeah, so that distracted me. So right now I'm waiting on my parents because we're going to check out this new restaurant. So let's hope they have keto friendly food. But yeah, I'm gonna hang out with them and chit chat. You get to see how silly they can be. So yeah, that's the plan for the rest of the evening. Yeah. They don't pay this thing. Oh, it looks kind of fancy. Alright, you lolly? Okay. They don't want more on their morning today. Good stop getting on. Oh, it's fancy. Oh, they have an upgrade. So hello. So we just got back, and fly can fly away because the only thing they had on the menu is chicken, and it's not various kind of chicken. We're talking rotisserie, one flavor, one kind. That's it. You can only get a half or a whole. So we got a whole, and they have salad, one salad, which is full of damn iceberg, and then some kind of greens, potato, onion fries. So of course I don't eat potato and fries with keto, so I had a salad and a chicken. I don't understand this kind of restaurant and how they think they're going to survive with just that being the only meal. And again, it's not like it's the bomb. It's okay, it's something that you can eat once in a while, but it's definitely not something that I would like rate it high. They definitely need to go back to the drawing board with that kind of setup. But they're brand new. They only been open for maybe a month. But and there's no dessert menu. I don't need it, but at least it's a full. And the thing is, the restaurant decor inside is nice compared to it was an old restaurant that we used to love that was right there, and they took it over. The decor don't match the menu. So it's like a fancy setup in the restaurant, but the food don't match the menu. The food don't match the decor. That's the best way I could put it. So anyway, I am getting back to this. So yeah, the mama for the husband, she a trip. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing this for the rest of the night, and that's it for today. On to the next. Hello, so I'm going to be doing the wrap up for One Is Enough by Flora Nwapa. She is part of the African Women Writers series. Now, the author is the first African woman whose book was published in English. So she's very respected in the African literature world. So I was excited about this. Now, this book was recommended by Young, Gifted, and Black. She recommended quite a few books during the Read So Lit's live series that was on Brown Girls Reading from channel. So if you never check it out, you should check those out because there's a lot of great recommendation in that video. So I picked this up because the story just immediately grabbed me. You know, this is a story about a young woman who is married for 6 years and unable to have a child. So this culture is in Nigeria. It's a part of the Igbo culture where having a child defines you. Having a child is what makes the marriage. And because of our inability to have a child, there's a mingling of families as far as his mother and also his anger and the idea that another woman is going to come into the house now. So series of events happened that basically pushed her out. So now she's on her own, and she now leaves this small country town. Now she is in Lagos, and Lagos is more of a city in Nigeria. She is determined to be successful, determined to make money, and determined, even though she's not married, to be a mother. In her eyes, she felt like her husband is the cause of why she couldn't get pregnant and not her. So a quest to have all these things do come true for her. But then she's fighting with the changes in her, and you know, of her personality and the marriage, what it did to her. And there's a particular line that I really loved here, where she was talking to her sister, and she said, "Ayo, I don't want to be a wife anymore. A mistress, yes. With a lover, yes, of course, but not a wife. There is something in that word that does not suit me. As a wife, I am never free. I'm a shadow of myself. As a wife, I am almost impotent. I am in prison, unable to advance in body and soul. Something gets a hold of me as a wife and destroys me." Now, when I read that, I'm like, wow. I wonder, you know, how many women really feels like that when a marriage fails, and how much they never want to get married again. And that's how strong this character felt about marriage. And I was like, whoa, you know, that was strong. That was really something that I kind of appreciate that she said it, because she's being honest with herself and not allowing tradition to push her into being married, and when she truly doesn't want that. But the other twist is how being a mother defined her. And as somebody who has no desire to be a mother, I find stories like this very intriguing, and I always want to analyze characters who are so determined to be a mother, and if they are not a mother, it's like they're not whole, they're not a woman, and it dictates everything that they do in their life. So I love this. I also love how she talks about in the story, you talk about other women in her life. You know, one particular woman who was married for how many years till her husband passed away, never loving her husband, but she was okay because she had children. And then you have another who's never got married and had 4 kids and okay with a man just coming in to visit as he pleased, and she was okay with that. There were also other women who were affected by the Biafra War, and these women are now without husbands and men in their life because they were all killed during the Civil War. And how now they are so driven by business, by being wealthy and having success, that men become a bit disposable to them. They're not important to them. I was really intrigued by all this, these background stories that help, you know, mold the character and the storyline. So I would definitely say pick this book up. It's only 154 pages, and it reads fast. It does grab your interest. There are things that are talked about, cultural things that's talked about in the story that I literally had to Google to find out, whoa, that was really what they were doing, and it was harsh. And I won't give that way too much, because you know, you have to look at it. When you read it, you realize some of the things that they talked about was a bit harsh and wicked, and I'm like, wow, this is how people really felt in those culture. And it made me wonder and made me question the time period and how much things have changed and how people's mind has changed. I love the ending. It's not what I expected. A part of me at first wanted a little bit to go a certain way, but I just thought the ending was okay. It suited the story, and it gave a punch to the story at the end that I really liked. So yes, highly recommend you pick this book up. It's only 154 pages. You could definitely read this in one or two sitting. And if you have read the story, tell me how you felt about it. You know, leave a comment and tell me how you like the story. So yeah, I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna, you know, between my African literature and my African series, I definitely want to read some more African literature books. I do have some more that I did picked up, and I'm gonna, you know, read them and tell you how they are. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.